You've probably been told this your whole life. You think too much. But what if that's not true? What if the real problem isn't that you're overthinking? It's that you're noticing things other people don't. And no one ever taught you how to handle that. Because there's a difference, a massive difference, between overthinking and being hyper-aware. And if you don't understand this difference, you'll keep trying to fix something that was never broken. Let me show you what I mean. Because this changed how I see my own mind completely. Think about this. Two people walk into the same room. Same people, same conversations, same environment. But one person walks out feeling completely normal. And the other? Mentally drained. Overwhelmed. Replaying everything that just happened. Why did they say that like that? Did you notice that tone? Something felt off. Now here's the question. Did the second person think too much? Or did they just notice more? Because hyper-aware people don't create more thoughts. They receive more data, tiny facial expressions, subtle tone shifts, awkward pauses. It's like your brain is running on HD, while everyone else is on 480p. And that sounds like a superpower, until it isn't. Because when your brain picks up everything, it doesn't come with a filter. You don't just notice important signals. You notice everything. And your brain tries to process all of it. At the same time, that's when it starts to feel like overthinking. But here's where it gets dangerous. You start believing something is wrong with you. You start forcing yourself to stop thinking, to calm down, to just ignore it. But that never works. Because you're not dealing with too many thoughts. You're dealing with too much input, and no system to manage it. Let me explain this in a way that will hit you instantly. Imagine your brain like a phone. Now imagine 50 apps running in the background, all at once. Notifications popping up every second. Battery draining fast. Is the phone broken? No, it's overloaded. That's exactly what's happening to you. You're not broken. You're just running more in the background than most people. And this is where most people get it completely wrong. They try to shut off their brain. But hyper-awareness doesn't turn off. It just turns inward. Instead of noticing the world, you start over-analyzing yourself. What's wrong with me? Why am I like this? Why can't I just be normal? Now you're not just overwhelmed by the outside world, you're trapped inside your own head too. That's when it becomes exhausting. But here's the part no one tells you. Hyper-awareness is not a weakness. It's an untrained skill. Look at people who are exceptional at reading others. Great leaders, negotiators, writers. They all have one thing in common. They notice what others don't. The difference is, they've learned what to ignore. And that changes everything. Because the goal is not to think less. The goal is to filter better. Right now, your brain treats everything as equally important. Every tone shift, every word, every reaction. It all feels like it matters. But in reality, 90% of it doesn't. And until you train your brain to understand that, it will keep trying to process everything and burn you out. So how do you actually fix this? Not by stopping your thoughts, but by controlling your attention. Here's something simple you can start doing immediately. The next time your mind starts spiraling, pause and ask yourself one question. Is this useful or is this just noise? That's it. Because hyper-aware people don't need less thinking, they need better sorting. And here's where things start to shift. When you stop treating every thought as important, your brain starts calming down on its own. Not because you forced it to, but because you stopped feeding it unnecessary input. You're still aware. You still notice things. But now, you're in control of what actually gets your attention. And once that happens, something strange starts to occur. The same mind that used to overwhelm you starts working for you. You pick up on things faster. You understand people deeper. You make better decisions. Because now you're not drowning in awareness. You're using it. So no, you're not overthinking. You were never the problem. You were just given a powerful mind, without instructions. And now that you understand what's really happening, you can finally stop fighting it and start using it. Because most people will spend their entire lives trying to fix themselves without realizing they were never broken in the first place. If this made you see yourself differently, don't forget to like and subscribe, because we post new interesting videos every day.